the truth was not in me. He convicted me of stealing, telling lies, admiring, and even arguing with God that I had no sin. I thank God that God directed me, that even though I was a small boy, that I had to put things right and live a godly life. So I started with my parents, grandparents, children, and teachers, and I asked them for forgiveness, because I was a very good messenger between my parents and my grandparents. When they sent me, I used to eat food on the way. Then when I'm asked, I said that is how I was given. I was cheating. So my viewer, I had to ask them for forgiveness. And that one helped me to stop all the sins which I had, and I started a new journey. So my viewer, I have a testimony that God can save a small boy and keep him until he becomes a mzee like me today. So my viewer, we have read a passage about the parable which Jesus gave to his disciples and the crowd. He was telling them how we need to humble ourselves, and then we can be exalted later on. So he gave them a parable of two men. One was a Pharisee, and the other one was a tax collector. And they went up to pray in a temple. So the Pharisee was rich in spirit, and the tax collector was poor in spirit. So the Pharisees had confidence on his own righteousness. So in verse 11, the Pharisee, 11 and 12, the Pharisees stood up and prayed about himself. He prayed about himself. He started by thanking God that is not like other people. He is not like other sinners. He is not like the robbers. He is not like evildoers. He was saying that he is not adultery. And even he pointed that he is not like that tax collector, because there were two there. And then he told the crowd at the temple that he fasts twice a week. And then he also said that he always gives tithe. That is a tenth of what he gets. So he was righteous. He was rich in spirit. But the tax collector did not have confidence on himself. He was poor in spirit. And it is written that the blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. So my viewer, in verse 13 we see how the tax collector stood up at a distance. He did not want to come even